Yo, what's up, Phantom Thieves? I'm back with another video for you, and I've made this video before, but I want to go over this again now that we're over halfway through 2024. I made a video titled "Ninth Gen Consoles: A Feeling of Nothing" or something like that, and even now, I still feel the same exact way, and I want to know from you guys, how do you really feel ninth gen consoles have been? I don't know if you technically want to throw the Switch in. I believe the Switch was an 8th gen console. If we're throwing in the Switch, I mean, they're still doing well. Maybe not sales wise, but as far as games and exclusives, they're still doing well. But Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox and PlayStation. When these consoles got announced, my first thought wasn't about the 60 frames, the 4K, anything like that. It wasn't about the haptic feedback on the controllers or the quick resume, which are all great features. Like, gaming should evolve. My biggest thing though was, what are the exclusives gonna be for each console? Because we know ninth gen, as far as third party, isn't a problem. It's not a problem. There are plenty of third party games for Xbox and PlayStation. Now, I do feel like Xbox has definitely, and I'll start on Xbox. I feel like they've definitely lost out a lot. And I'm not on this isn't no console war stuff. This is purely how I feel. Xbox now, and this is a fact, they've even told you, you don't need a console. So it's like, what is the point of the Series X then? Honestly, what is the point of it? You could do Game Pass on your tablets, Game Pass on your TV. If you have a Series console, you can do Game Pass on your computer. What is the point of the console? And let me make something clear. These feelings that I have are from the console side of being a gamer. I'm not a PC gamer. So everything that I'm saying is based off of the console side. I just want to make that clear. But Xbox, you don't even need the console. Xbox, I remember when 360 was out. Xbox, especially with online, was the king of online, right? I think we all know this is pure fact. No fiction on that. Pure fact. Now, and this is for Xbox and PlayStation, where are the system sellers? Where are the system sellers? Like, yeah, we have a couple games coming out. You know, Gears of War is coming out on Xbox. That can do something good if they do it right. Which at this point, the way Xbox has been doing their games, I'm not even so sure. And that's the scary part. You know, we seen Elder Scrolls 6, what, 3 years ago? 2-3 years ago now? Nothing. Like, I feel like for both consoles, the biggest system seller, and it's a third-party game, is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. And again, I'm not saying neither console doesn't have exclusives, but far too much do they, especially PlayStation, far too much do they rely on remakes and remasters. Not saying they're not good still, because Demon's Souls, good game. Really good game. But I remember Bloodborne. For Souls fans, if the PS5 wasn't out and Bloodborne, you know, say we're still on the PS4, and Bloodborne, if we knew about it the way we do now, Bloodborne for Souls fans, that's a system seller. That's a system seller. The Last of Us, even, you know, PS3, but I could see somebody buying a system for The Last of Us on PS4. Nobody's buying a PS5 for The Last of Us. And that's a thing. Even with the exclusive games, they're cross-gen. Like, I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but we have got to let last gen go completely. We've got to. No offense to anybody that doesn't have a Series or a PS5, but if we truly, in my opinion, if we truly want to see next gen, which is sad that we have to say that because we're 4 or 5 years in. I believe it's 4, but it's 4 or 5 years in, and we're still asking to really see next gen. We have to let it go. That's why I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad that Monster Hunter Wilds is going to PS5 in the Xbox Series and Steam and all that stuff. I'm glad it's not on on last gen anymore. I'm glad because cross gen is not helping. And it, on the boxes when you get your systems, it talks about 4K, 60 frames, up to 120 frames Xbox. And I'm not saying the consoles themselves can't run that stuff, but we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it. So it's like, my question to you, right? If you legitimately, right now, if you had the knowledge that you have right now on how current gen is, and we go back in time and you're looking at getting an Xbox Series X or S or a PS5, do you honestly still think you're making that decision? Do you honestly think you're gonna, with what you know now, do you think if you go back then and you're like, you know what? Do I really need these consoles? Is the haptic feedback enough? Is the quick resume enough? Yeah, they're nice, but are they $500 nice? You know what I'm saying? Are they $500 nice? To me, they're not. And some people honestly may think so. Because look, I'm a Switch guy. I love my Switch, right? But it would be nice. It would have been nice for faster load times, for an actual native party chat, Nintendo. I'm a rep y'all, but y'all know I be calling y'all out too when y'all need it, But this generation of gaming, especially with how much money they're putting into games and how much longer they're taking to make, I've said it before, it's felt dry. Not because there's not good games. Like, do not look at this video and say, oh, he's saying there's no good games. I'm not saying that. But for what next gen is, when we compare this gen to the PS4, Xbox One, the 360, PS3, this gen is dry comparatively to the last 2 gens. Let's not lie. Let's not lie to ourselves. This generation is dry. And like I said, depending on how long these gens last, we're already halfway through. So it's like, when are we, like I said, when we try Monster Hunter Wilds, that's going to say a lot for me. Not as far as the graphics and everything, but I've played a lot of Monster Hunter. I've played thousands of hours of Monster Hunter. And I've enjoyed every one. But what Worlds did as far as graphics, the fluidity of the game, everything like that, Wilds really needs to feel different. Especially because they're not doing cross-gen anymore. This is a next-gen only title. So I really hope, I think it'll be a good game, but I hope there's no battle passes and free-to-play mechanic. Like, that's another thing about this gen. Free-to-play, battle passes, all that stuff. Man, I would rather pay full price for a full completed video game with none of that. Now, Fortnite, yes. Fortnite took that formula and they mastered it. And a lot of people are trying, but not everybody can get lightning in a bottle like how Epic did with Fortnite. Not everybody can do it. Look at Suicide Squad. Just saying. So, I want to know in the comments, how have you guys felt about next gen? How have you guys felt about the PS5 era and the Xbox Series S and X era? This is not about console wars either. If you don't like one, give an actual reason as to why you don't like it. And you can even, if you want to throw Nintendo in there for whatever reason, go ahead. I think they've been doing pretty good as far as the games. They've still been doing pretty good. But if you want to throw them in there, go ahead. I really want to have a discussion with you guys. And for the next few years, what do you want going forward from Xbox and PlayStation? The Switch successor cannot come out being a full banger with games loaded up, but we're still waiting for real games for the current gen consoles we have now. That can't happen. That can't happen. You know, what happens if third party support just dries? This is super hypothetical, by the way, but what happens if third party support becomes dry? Then what? We see how many exclusives are on each gen for Xbox and PlayStation. What happens if third party can't truly carry that? Then what? And that's my biggest thing. You know, we got a PS5 Pro coming out, apparently. Okay. Can we get some extra games? That's what the consoles are for. Mainly is for the games. And again, I'm not saying third party has not done its part, but what separates, outside of some of the features, without the first party, what differentiates Xbox and PlayStation if not the first party games? People can tell you what Nintendo succeeds at least this gen. Especially because a lot of third party devs didn't want to even support the Switch. So then Zelda, you know, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was on Wii U, but it was on Switch, and we're getting the remake of Country Returns. But Zelda, Mario, a lot of different Marios, you know, Mario Parties, Mario Karts, you know, all that stuff. You know, Monster Hunter Rise was up there. Like, there's plenty of games that are exclusive to Nintendo that you could go. Pokemon. There's a lot of them. And I just want the same for Xbox and PlayStation, because they're good consoles without a real first party support. You know, like I said, if in a crazy world, if third party wasn't as big as it was for these consoles, what really makes a difference between an Xbox and a PlayStation? Haptic feedback, quick resume. That's it. Your frames. That's not enough to justify these prices. So, yeah. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section, and I'll see you guys with another video soon, all right? As always, stay blessed. Peace out, y'all.